Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Kicks and Feels podcast. My name is Brittany Noel, and I'm a therapist. I am a entrepreneur. I'm a coach. I'm a speaker. I'm an author. I'm a little bit of everything, okay? But y'all know that on the podcast, I am always just your friend in your journey, helping you explore deeper levels of yourself. This is a very, 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 very special day because this is the first episode of the Kicks and Feels podcast, which I could not do by myself. I had to bring in my very special friend, Mr. LP. Okay. He is one fourth of the Poor Horseman podcast. And we have been working together for
it's been almost a year now.
Almost a year?
A year.
Yeah.
I mean, we may have met a little over a year ago, but officially started working together probably about this time last year.
I think it was October is the anniversary for a lot of stuff.
Yeah, about this time last year. So
yeah.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you for the warm introduction to the audience. Really no additional things needed to add on me.
There's a lot to add.
What you mean?
So we started working together because, as you guys know, I opened The Exception, and LP owns his own podcast studio downtown Houston. And I reached out to him because I was like, hey, I need help. And LP was gracious enough to say, yes, I will help you build your studios. I will give you whatever you need. He has been instrumental in the success of The Exception. Okay. So there is a lot to say.
I mean, the main thing is that when we first talked, we didn't know exactly where this would go.
Right.
And I don't believe in gatekeeping anything. I feel like as a community, we should all work together as best as we can. So I was an open book. Right. And then it ended up being an opportunity where we could work together, and I jumped at that. So I'm glad to be here today. Yes. Not sure what I'm going to add to what we've got going on, but listen, I am a seasoned podcaster. I can definitely say that.
He is seasoned.
I'm a seasoned podcaster.
He's seasoned.
I'm seasoned in life
in
too.
In a lot of ways. I'm going to say, in a lot of ways, he's seasoned. Okay. But the reason why we wanted to do Kicks and Feels together is because in this year that we've known each other, LP and I have some very good conversations.
Oh, no, without question.
We are both Virgos. Okay.
And see, I didn't even really know that until we met.
Listen, he doesn't do astrology. I do astrology. So we're both Virgos, which means we have very much the same, we think on the same wavelength most times. And I don't know. I told someone the other day when we had our conversation about business related stuff, I was like, talking to you is like talking to me. And I don't appreciate it.
I don't either. Yeah, it's real uncomfortable sometimes. I'm like, leave me alone.
Like why would you talk to me like that? Like,
because
why would
you talk to me that way. That's the problem. So I'm eager to see, because if I'm not mistaken, there'll be a live portion to this when we record. And I've never really done anything live like that before. I've done a few live episodes, but it was an audience that knew me.
Right.
So this will be interesting to see a new audience.
We're going to see, because I go live every Tuesday. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'm actually going to go live. I'm going to get some questions like I normally do on my Tuesday night live. And we're going to answer them, okay, to the best of our ability. And we're going to see where it goes. My biggest thing is I think that we're both people who have a lot of value to give, and to have the female and male version of almost the same brain is like.
See, she putting a lot on me. I don't know. I think I may have something to provide, but my spin on it has no professional backing. So what I say, take it for what you want. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel like you're going to get any clinical perspective from me. I'm just going to be speaking. He's
being very humble. Okay?
I'm just being honest.
If I thought that you didn't have any value to provide, would I be here?
No, I would definitely, because I've seen you be like, leave me alone. So I do know that's
exactly.
That's a fact.
There we go. See, co-signed. All right.
But let me share real quick. If you're interested in, after you see this information or this content, you can follow me at The Poor Horseman on Instagram. And that's POUR. Of course, I came branded because that's what we're supposed to do. We'll have some branding as well, but she was supposed to work on it and it ain't happened yet. So if you see me wearing Poor Horseman until then, that's what's going on.
I have a whole logo. I do. It exists.
You do. And I, did I approve that?
You did. You said you liked it.
I don't know if I did. I think I think I may have said,
I like this. In fact, you were shocked because you didn't like the name.
I'm still on the fence.
We're not going to put these people in our business like that, okay?
That's what podcasts are for.
You didn't like the name. And then you argued me down. And then when I sent you the logo, you're like, oh, I actually like
that.
This.
That might be a fact. That might be a fact. So, all right. So let's get into this live. Let's see.
Okay.
Now, again, so while she's loading up and setting up IG, I'll kind of take over for the moment so we don't have a lot of dead air. We're hoping that we do get questions. So when you all see this moving forward, you'll know that we plan to do it. How often are we thinking about doing this? Every couple weeks or so? So however often we do it, the next time you'll get some type of prompt before we decide to do this. I think we should promote the fact.
We're doing this just off the cuff.
This is really, we have no set, no nothing. This just
we do have a set, first of all, okay?
We have a set?
Yes, we have a set.
How?
This is a set.
I don't approve this set either. So we need to come up with some different strategies. But go ahead and tell
you guys, if you are joining me, this is Brittany Noel, your therapist, coach, your friend. Thank you. We got our first question already.
We got a question.
So we are recording content and I needed y'all's help because we're going to answer these questions live and then we're going to, of course, record it and send it out to you guys. But we need questions. So it's me and then it's my friend here, Mr. LP.
Of the Poor Horseman. Go to POUR Horseman right now.
Poor Horseman.
You'll enjoy some of this content, or we hope you will. So.
Listen, okay, we will. So he's going to help me answer y'all's questions. And listen, we're already recording
in real time.
In real time in the studio. So we're going to answer y'all's questions. So if y'all have questions about life, relationships, careers, navigating friendships, navigating the season that you're in, I want you guys to give me your questions so that we can answer them live. So just put them in the little comment box, put them in the question box if you want to be anonymous. But y'all know, y'all are with me every Tuesday. Hey, Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, I wish I was there right now.
Facts. Send us some tickets because, I need to be there also. I mean, I deserve to be on the beach right now. What am I doing in Houston right now?
I deserve to be on the beach. Hello, Miss Angelica. Hello, Miss Simply Fit, Miss Portia. Okay, you guys, we're going to start answering questions. So put your questions down below. And we will start with the first question until you guys send me some more.
Okay, so we have an actual question right now. Okay, so
hey,
what
Miss
is that question?
Miss Kiera.
And camera's going to go to you for the question in real time. Please read that one.
Yep. Hold on. Miss Paris.
Look, you can't call out everybody right now.
I have to acknowledge the tribe who is here.
You cannot call out everyone. Please just get the question.
Okay,
so we know what's
up. Y'all gonna have to watch this episode.
They will. So this will be on your page, my page. We'll have it in a variety of places. So
okay, are you ready? Are you ready? We got questions.
And camera's on you. First question.
Okay, first question. Okay, Mr. Mati.
What's up, Mati?
Okay. How will you know if your girlfriend is dating you and another man at the same time?
Okay. I'll go ahead. You can get us started with that. Go ahead and get us started because I'm probably going to have a different answer than you for sure. Go ahead. You got it. How do you know your girlfriend is dating you
and another man at the same time?
Okay, go ahead. And then I'm gonna jump right in after that.
Okay, and I'm gonna tilt my phone down because it's hard to hold it up. And it's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. We'll get the technical stuff.
Yes, Okay. So how do you know if your girlfriend or boyfriend, for that matter,
facts,
is dating you and another person at the same time? The first, you need to know: is there exclusivity? Right? Have we actually even had a conversation about exclusivity? What I have seen in the dating world and the dating scene with friends, with clients, even myself sometimes, right? We will assume that a relationship is exclusive before we've actually communicated that it's exclusive. And so sometimes there can be miscommunication where I'm like, this is my boyfriend, this is my girlfriend. And they're like, no, I'm still in the market. And so some of the signs that you'll see is their availability, right? So they're not as available. There's a lack of reciprocity. So you may be willing to do more for her or for him than what he's willing to do for you. I think one of the biggest signs of whether or not someone has committed to you is their level of sacrifice.
Okay.
Is this person willing to sacrifice for you, whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's energy? I tell people all the time, if I give you my time, you matter. If you get my time, you matter to me. So if you see that the person is sacrificing to you for you, that's one of the ways that you'll know that this person hasn't actually committed to you in some way without having the formal conversation.
Okay, so jump to me. Brother Mati, go ahead and put that camera on me. You single until you're not. Chances are she's dating someone else. I would encourage you to move like that, because my thought is, unless y'all have made a official commitment where you have said, you're mine, I'm yours, you've reflected that, you don't have complicated on your Facebook, you don't have complicated on your Instagram, there's no wiggle room in between that, chances are she's got 5 other people in her phone she's texting right now. That's how I look at it.
You believe that?
I definitely believe that.
It's not true though.
It is true.
I can tell you, as a woman who is highly attractive, highly attractive.
But you gotta say that to your audience.
Yes.
Come on now.
First of all, my audience knows that I want you to celebrate yourself in every shape,
That's
form,
fair.
or fashion.
That's fair.
We are not about downplaying who we are.
That's fair.
We know who we are. We're comfortable in that. You need to know who you are. Monty, you need to know who you are. That as a woman who has options or has people seeking her out, just because a woman is attractive does not mean that she is actually entertaining the people who are coming towards her.
But see, I never mentioned attractiveness at all. I don't care what the person looks like or what they do. Chances are you're single until you're not. And you will entertain other people because there's always, until you're not,
right,
the grass does look greener.
Yeah.
And most people, I hate to say it, I don't know how old of a brother this person is. If you're under 30, then for real, they're probably dating at the same time while they're dating.
What I will say is this: don't assume that they're dating other people. Have the conversation.
Okay. I will go to that also. I think that you need to, as a man, be comfortable enough to get your feelings hurt.
Yes.
If she says, I'm dating other people.
Right.
Because there's a high probability that's happening.
For men and women, it is a high probability.
Yeah.
I will say that. So yes, we know that if we're just out here dating and we haven't made a commitment, it's very likely that the other person is dating somebody else.
And we prefer not to hurt your feelings. So we're not going to tell you.
So we should ask.
You should ask.
Okay.
And then if you have someone who, is comfortable with telling the truth, and they will tell you what they're doing. So that's what I would say.
Okay. Have the conversation. Okay.
Yeah. And from me, assume that they're dating someone else.
At the very least, pay attention to people's patterns. Okay. That's what I always say. It's not about what people tell you sometimes, because people can tell you anything, but their behavior does not lie. So make sure that you pay attention to their patterns. How are they showing up for you? Are they reciprocating the energy that you're giving? Okay.
I told you, you got the clinical side. I'm just telling you what the streets say. That's what the streets say. You got the clinical side. All right. What we got next? All right.
Next question, you guys. We're going to come to the next question. If y'all are just joining, we are doing a live podcast recording right now.
But let them know that they'll get an actual full video of this out on YouTube pages, etc.
Yes, we will. Okay. I'm coming to the next question. Hold on, because it's a lot happening right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is interesting. I think I'm eager to see where this goes. So this is interesting. What's our next? Did you have other ones? I'm sure they probably lost in the.
Yeah, I had to find them. Okay.
All right. Camera on you.
What is the first step to setting boundaries as a people pleaser?
Okay. Let me start there. Because I think I would say that I tend to rarely say no.
That is true. I can actually attest to that. I have to make you say no.
Yeah, I rarely say no. And setting boundaries as a person who wants to be likable is probably one of the biggest challenges that I've encountered. And I think you have to determine Have you ever heard of the analogy like filling buckets? Is someone filling your bucket versus that? You need to determine when you're at empty, and as you're approaching empty, you need to start cutting some of those things out that, especially if they're not adding value back to you.
Right.
Everything doesn't need to be a transactional relationship, but sometimes things have to turn into a transaction to save yourself. And that's kind of how I look at it. Again, I don't think that it's comfortable to tell people I don't have it right now, I can't do it. But there's definitely a time where in order for me to survive, I have to say no and pull out.
Yeah, I get that. And I think it's hard because as a people pleaser, right? And from a therapeutic perspective, you always want to do your work to figure out where is this desire to not want to disappoint people come from, right? We all have our own selfish reasons why we people please. People please is not because we have a big heart. I tell people that all the time. It's not because you just love giving. Nobody loves being on E. Nobody loves being used. Nobody loves, not having what they give to be reciprocated. So you have to ask yourself, okay, what am I getting out of giving and giving and giving? What is the motivation and driving force? It's hard to set boundaries until you understand why you're doing it, right? So you need to know why is this behavior even a problem for me? And who? Because you will find that it may be easy for you to set boundaries at work, but you can't set boundaries with your boyfriend.
Okay, explain that. Okay, so that's interesting because different people require different boundaries.
Absolutely.
We're aware of that. But you still could be pouring from an empty cup regardless of who the people are.
Very true, but my fear of abandonment only comes out of my relationship.
I respect that. But at the same time, that job that's paying you, you might have to pour from an empty cup at times because you want to keep that job. Now, that's how society is built. We are built to say you got to work to live, etc. So how do you handle that then? And that's a question I want to ask you. What do you do if it's the work that's adding the stress to you where you can't pour into the other people?
If it's work that's stressing you out to where you can't pour into other people.
And I got the camera on you.
I can't stand it. So that is common, right? People will be in jobs that have stressed them to the max where they don't have the time, the energy, the mental focus, the emotional focus to give to the loved ones that they want to give it to. It's unfortunate. At some point, you have to make a decision about what's important to me. Yes, this job is funding our lifestyle, right? But at some point, I do have to find where is the middle ground going to be between work and my loved ones. It's not that I can't, and it's not even that the middle ground is going to be at the same place every day, every time. But it could be, Monday through Wednesday, the job gets 80%, family gets what's left over. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, family gets 80%. But that middle ground has to be drawn and it has to be clear, and the expectations have to be communicated to both work and my personal life to let them know, hey, look, this is where I'm at with this. This is what you can expect from me in this time frame.
So maybe it does go back to communication. Being able to communicate, which is probably a skill that the majority of us don't work on a lot.
We don't work on it, but I think I find that most people are afraid. Communication requires me to be vulnerable enough to tell my truth about how I feel, what I need, what's going on with me. And then I have to be open to your rebuttal.
Correct.
And what if your rebuttal is not in my favor?
And back to Monty, when you go communicate to the young lady that's dating multiple people, be comfortable with that. I'm dating multiple people.
Right. So I think one of the biggest barriers to communication is not even that people don't have the skills to communicate, because I've worked with very great people who literally have degrees in communication. Yeah. Right. But are avoiding hard conversations because I'm afraid of what the outcome of this conversation is going to be.
So is there something wrong with a person then if they prefer difficult conversations?
If they prefer
difficult conversations? Because I do. I lean into the difficult ones. Those are the best conversations to me, because then you really figure out who's with you and who's not.
Going out on a hunch. I don't want to make any conclusions or come to any conclusions.
She has been trying to diagnose me year now.
I haven't tried to diagnose
Yes, you have. Go ahead.
I've given you feedback. Feedback, okay? I don't think that your desire, like you say you love difficult conversations.
They don't bother me at all.
They don't bother you, but I also think that you are someone who runs towards conflict.
I would.
Because if I run towards the conflict, the faster I can resolve it, which means I can put my life back in homeostasis.
I like that. Okay.
Right? So your approach to life is, let me hurry up and get this out the way so that I can get back to my even keel lifestyle. So if there's a problem, you want to bring it to the forefront right now. Let's talk about it. Let's get it out. Let's find a solution so that we can get back to the peaceful state.
I respect that. Okay, let's get to our next one then. Let's say we got one more. Let's make it a doozy. Because we just giving them a teaser today. We'll see if they even like what we're talking about.
All right, y'all. Give me another question. Let's make this one a good one. Okay. What?
I need something for the streets.
Something for the streets. Listen. Hold on, I'm scrolling.
No, you're good. And again, this will be an opportunity. This is different for me for sure. I usually tell a lot of jokes. This time I gotta be somewhat serious.
I told you, because we're helping people. These are real people's lives.
People like jokes too, though.
You don't get to just play with people's lives.
I can do a little stand-up set too right now.
You're not a comedian.
You see how she treat me, y'all? All right, we gotta have a
okay. This is a good one.
All right, you back on the camera, and we'll say this is our last one.
All right, y'all. Last question. My best friend and I are in love and in a relationship with each other.
Is this a man or a woman?
This is a woman.
Okay.
How can you differentiate friendship from love? Just don't want to misunderstand feelings.
All right, I'm gonna give that to you because I got to chew on that one a little bit.
Oh man, Anthony has a good question too.
Anthony Hamilton? What's up, Anthony Hamilton? I love Charlene.
I'm not gonna play with you.
I mean, me and I wanted Charlene too. I was hurt.
Ooh, these are some really good questions.
But we got the one you want there. We gotta pivot to a different question.
Hold on.
You gotta pick one. We need to pick one to close it out.
We gotta pick. It's so hard. Okay. Okay, let's go to Anthony's question then. But that's such a good question. Okay, y'all. All right. Okay. So y'all know I go live every Tuesday. So if I don't answer y'all a question today, we can answer it on Tuesday.
These questions are for this. None of these Tuesday ones. These are for today. Go ahead.
Okay. So Anthony asks, what are your recommendations for meeting the right woman?
That's interesting. Okay. So
that's on you.
I'm comfortable with that question. So I don't know how old of a brother this person is, but the digital age has definitely made it more difficult and more challenging because your options are way more varied. They're spread out.
You have more options.
And at the same time, while you have more options, the people that you want to engage with, whether male or female, also have those same amount of options. Okay. So I would encourage people to try to find people who have like interests. They don't have to like the same things, but like interests, because then you can form more of a bond. Like if you don't like to be on social media a lot, it's going to be a challenge for you to be with someone who's on their phone at midnight and that blue screen is in front of you all the time. They're on TikTok, etc. So you need to find people who are aligned. As far as where you find those people at, it's probably going to be a digital environment. That's a challenge because most people engage in DM messaging because this is a term I use. You don't meet a lot of people in the wild anymore. Like you don't meet people out in places. And when you do, what's the first thing you ask for?
What's your Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah. So get comfortable with the digital environment. Craft your profile, but be honest and make sure that your Instagram profile is just as dope as you are in real life.
True.
Because a lot of time people build up this profile on IG, et cetera, that looks incredible. But when you meet them, they're not the same. So the same work you're putting in on your profile, put that in real life also. That's what I was saying.
All right, let's see. Meeting the right person. I agree with the digital, being comfortable with meeting someone in a digital space, in a digital field, because that is the truth. I think that it's actually a benefit because it stops us from being so secluded to, like, I don't have to just meet people in Houston because I'm in Houston, right? So it does open up my world to be able to meet people from a little bit of everywhere, right? My biggest thing is to make sure that you know what you need in a relationship. Make sure that you know what you're looking for, so that when you are out meeting people, you are attracted to what's actually going to be sustainable and not just what looks good in that moment. Because very much like you said, on Instagram, you're only going to see somebody's highlights. You're only going to see somebody's good side, and I have had people attracted to me because of what they saw on Instagram. And I have to remind them, I am a person, like, outside of what I do on Instagram.
That's real.
Right? Because people will be shocked by my humanism when I say, oh my God, I'm upset, I'm mad, or I'm this, or I cuss. And like, you don't cuss. I'm like, because you only listen to my Instagram videos. Those are business related. Like, get to know me as a person. So you have to be willing to, one, know what you need, and then make sure that you are, I always call it qualifying your attraction. If I'm attracted to this person, am I attracted to them because of their highlights? Am I willing to see their ugly side, the good, bad, and the ugly? Am I willing to be transparent with them and see their transparency so that I can make a good decision about whether or not this person is good for me? At the end of the day, put yourself out there. I think that's another thing for men.
Without question. Yeah.
Because men assume women are taken.
No, the brother just proved it earlier. Like, he said, he asked, like, so we don't assume that.
But he was talking to someone. He was talking to someone.
But we don't assume that. Like, I would say that most men, we just gonna shoot at as much as we can.
Yeah, I think there is definitely truth to, like, you have to.
There's strength in numbers.
Yeah, strength in numbers.
The more shots at the basket, the better opportunity. Now, I'm not telling you to go on the DMs of everybody.
No, it has to be quality.
Most men would.
First of all, the way you looked at me.
Because here, put the camera on you while I say this. I think, put it on you, that one on you. I think most people, or most men, yes, quality matters.
Quality does matter.
But it probably will get weeded down from the quantity. You're going to start with a high number and kind of weed it down. That's how it kind of goes.
True, right? But when I say quality, like, there's certain things that if I'm looking for it, like being intentional, if I'm looking for to be married, there's certain women I'm not shooting my shot at because nothing about them says marriage material.
I don't know. I mean, this is where I was going to get to my joke bag, but I'm not going to do it because they can get joke stylings elsewhere. But I would say that every man going after women isn't looking to be married.
True.
So sometimes you just end up married. I'll say that. Look, that's the first episode. That's the first one. You
know what? Listen, y'all. Okay, did y'all enjoy this? I'm gonna come back to my.
They may say we're terrible. They may say get LP off of there.
Did y'all appreciate?
That's what I would say. Get LP out of there. That's what I would say for sure. Get him.
Did y'all appreciate LP's truth, honesty?
Yeah, I'm telling the truth though. At least there's no sugarcoat behind it. So
I do agree with you. I think in working with men for 4 years, I do know that many men, they don't make the decision. Now, there are men who date because they're like, I want to be married.
Of course.
However, that's the minority of women, sure. of men. That most men date because they like someone. And then in that journey, they decide, I think I'm a wife.
You end up married. One day, 3 years later, you're like, man, I've been married. That's a fact.
Monty says this was awesome. Sweet Tooth Cheesecakes is laughing, supporting the foolishness. Okay. All right, y'all. We're going to do this again.
We will. We'll figure out a schedule.
We'll do it again.
We'll see what response we get on like YouTube and stuff, and then that'll let us know.
Yeah. So when we post the full episode, y'all see the full episode, and we'll see.
And it'll be on your YouTube. We can put it on multiple places, So just know that you'll see it in a variety of places.
You'll see it. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for y'all's wonderful questions. Enjoy your Saturday. Be safe. Talk to you guys soon.